Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. Today I'm taking a look at the Zuckuss 6-scale figure by Sideshow Collectibles. Let's see how it turned out. Alright, first up the packaging. As I've mentioned before, the template for these boxes has remained pretty consistent for the past several years and throughout the past several figure releases. But that doesn't mean Sideshow's graphic artists have rested on their laurels. They seem to be content with just refining the little details. The end result is elegant, and increasingly so with every subsequent release. Moving on and looking at the guts of the bug, so to speak, Zuckuss, like Dengar, doesn't come with a whole lot. He's got a great head sculpt there. Look at those eyes. They're translucent. I'm sure that they're going to catch the light really brilliantly. Can't wait to get to those photographs. This little guy dangles somewhere. For the life of me, I can't figure out if there was some intent for where it's exactly supposed to go. Looking at the different photographs of him behind the scenes and in the film, it seems like it just kind of rests where it rests. The gun here is pretty awesome. The wood grain detail could be better. I don't know. Maybe it couldn't. Maybe that's really the best that you can achieve at this scale. What really concerns me is this jacket. It's almost guaranteed to crack and weather sometime down the line. I've had negative experiences with similar materials from Hot Toys. I'm not anxious to repeat it with this figure. I'm really into this figure. I hope that that's not an issue. It's entirely possible that Sideshow's developers have come up with a material that will resist the unholy trinity of heat, sunlight, and time. But until that's been confirmed, I recommend that all of you who lack climate control in your place exercise extreme caution and maybe consider other options. Putting aside my doomsday cries, the figure right out of the box looks pretty freaking awesome. I think that it's one of the two best looking bounty hunters that Sideshow's released to date. The other one, of course, being Dengar, which shows that they are progressing, they are moving forward, they are learning from previous mistakes and doing things better as time goes by. For example, despite the fact that at first glance the accessories appear to be minimal, they've really done their best to give you a variety of options. Look at what I'm doing here. I'm basically posing Zuckuss in a similar pose to that which he had in Empire Strikes Back when he was on the bridge of the Executor. What you're not seeing, though, is the other set of hands, which you'll get a look at in the subsequent photo gallery. They've actually also provided you with an option for displaying Zuckuss with his gun in a firing position. Obviously, that means swapping the hand so that he's actually holding it in a reverse position to what we're seeing right here. In short, I think the implication is that Zuckuss was holding his gun at sort of a parade rest thing on the Star Destroyer. Kind of lazy. He's actually not left-handed. He is, in fact, according to this figure, right-handed. But whatever. The point that I'm trying to make is that ultimately you're going to have options. At least insofar as the hands are concerned, and that's going to be important because while the articulation is there, range of motion is limited by that coat. Which brings up a point of caution that I want to deliver to all of you. You'll notice that I did my best to try to achieve a more action pose with him. There we go. There's one good look at it. I caution you highly against attempting this. It's really pushing the coat to its limits, and I'd hate to hear stories of any of you ripping it, tearing it, otherwise harming it in any way because you tried to achieve a pose that the figure was really not meant to do. And ultimately it's fine that it won't really achieve those actiony poses. In reality, most of us collectors are interested in one thing, and that's screen accuracy. And let's be frank, Zuckuss really didn't do a whole lot on screen. So if you're crying foul because your Zuckuss figure won't do a whole lot on your shelf, you might want to consider the possibility that you're asking for too much. Ultimately, my feeling is that the figure does exactly what it's supposed to do. It provides us with as close to a lifelike Zuckuss as we can get at this scale, to the naked eye and to the camera eye. And while it's not without its faults, I'm very glad that I picked it up, rounding out my collection of Empire Strikes Back bounty hunters. Let's be honest, there was a good stretch there where we really thought that Sideshow wasn't going to make this line complete. Clearly there was enough support within the ranks of Sideshow to make this all go down the way that it did, and I'm frankly grateful for it. Because, again, look at this. How awesome is that? Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next time, and until then, be good to your plastic.